Welcome back to day 4. So this is about integration. It's about moving forward with the right tools, the right strategies, and the right concepts. One of the areas where people fail the most is they don't have an integration plan. They don't plan out or they don't prepare for how to keep moving forward on a regular basis. They'll take 1 or 2 steps, but then after that, they're like, oh, well, now what do I do? Or where do I go from here? So I want to talk to you a little bit about integration on a day-to-day basis, moving forward with your life and making sure you're continuously moving forward. So we'll touch on a few things. One is embodying your vision all the time and living in your vision. The second is celebrating progress, and then being committed to continual growth and what that truly means and how that can help you. So the first point we're going to discuss today is decision-making framework. A simple checklist can ensure that your decisions align with your values and long-term goals. You see, when things aren't front of mind, we forget. We all buy groceries or we all put things in the fridge. You ever had that thing at the back of the fridge and you're like, oh my God, I totally forgot about that. And it's full of mold and rotten. It's because it was at the back of the fridge. You forgot about it. It wasn't there in sight. You didn't see it. And you even forgot you bought it. Or you might have even bought a piece of clothing. And one day when you're in your closet, you're like, oh my God, I bought this. I've never even worn it because it wasn't in sight. So having a checklist and having a regular visual keeps everything front of mind. Okay. And for an example, when you're faced with a decision or a difficult choice, you can ask yourself, hey, does this choice support my core values? Does it bring me closer to my vision or my goal or my dreams? And that will help you make that choice that much easier. Second is celebration rituals. Develop a ritual or a habit for celebrating your milestones. It could be writing in a gratitude journal. It could be sharing successes with a support group or a dear friend, but you could also create a milestone jar. This is where you'll add notes about each accomplishment, and you can review these at the end of the year, the end of the month. And when you review them, it's going to allow you to realize how much progress you've actually made. Because again, when things are not front of mind, we forget. For example, if in grade 3 you were the best student in your class and you always had the best scores, you may not remember that 20 or 30 years later in life. So you want to keep remembering and keep things that are of value front of mind. Okay. And lastly, have a growth mindset practice. Again, as I mentioned earlier, if you're not growing, you're decaying, and you don't want that. When a tree stops growing, it starts dying. When a flower stops growing, it starts dying. You don't want to start dying. So self-reflection, getting feedback. My coach always tells me, have feedback for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's the best thing that's going to make you better. And embrace challenges as opportunities for learning. There will always be setbacks, no matter where you are in your life, what capacity you're at, how successful you are, they'll just look different. I'm also going to recommend that you set aside time each week to review your achievements and be consistent. If Sunday nights is your time, then do that. If Saturday mornings, if it's a Wednesday night, midweek, whatever works for you, but be consistent in that and review the week and say, hey, where did I do good? Where did I miss? And again, this is just about noticing and understanding. It's not about beating yourself up for the misses. It's about, okay, I missed here. Why was it? How can I make sure I don't miss this next time? Also, plan how you're going to tackle new challenges. Prepare yourself for the week to come. So here's the good news. The good news about integration is that once you start aligning your daily actions with a long-term vision, it becomes easier to maintain momentum. Think about it like riding a bicycle. It's kind of hard when you start the bicycle, but once you're going, the balance flows smoothly. So as new habits take root, they require less conscious effort. And it allows you to focus on the growth and the exploration rather than the habit itself. The process of integrating change into your life is both rewarding and empowering, making each of your steps feeling more natural and fulfilling. The catch is you have to be conscious about it, and you have to do it in a positive light. Don't beat yourself up for things. Look at them and say, how can I improve on this next time? What can I learn from this? How can I move forward with this? And one of the things that I'll remind you is that ask yourself, did I do the best I could with the information I had, with the energy I had, with the time I had, or with the resources I had? Because a lot of times in the past, you did the best you could with what you knew. So to go back and beat yourself up over that with new knowledge, new information, new strength, new time, not fair to you. And here's your reflective exercise for day 4. I want you to reflect on the past 3 days. I want you to think about, in just 3 days, with some very simple steps and only about 15 or 20 minutes a day, how much progress have you made? It's pretty amazing how little steps can make a big difference. And today I want you to write a letter to your future self. I want it to be as if it's like in current tense. Maybe it's a few months from now, talking about your growth and your continued success. Where is your life in 3 months from now? What have you achieved? What have you accomplished? So here's your action step, is identify one new experience or challenge that you want to pursue within the next month or few months that aligns with your vision. It could be a new project, it could be learning a new skill, or exploring a passion. Make a plan to start this new experience, set specific goals, and then track your progress. But in that letter to yourself, write it like it's already complete. Okay? Date that letter for 3 months from now, and you're not going to open it until 3 months from now. Okay? With that, that brings us to the end of day 4. I'll look forward to seeing you on day 5. Have an amazing, amazing day. See you soon.